Hey guys, PrestigeGamesHD here, and today I'm bringing you a new series. This is going to be a Let's Build, where I'm going to pick something to do in my creative world, and I'm going to record me building it, and just do a separate commentary over it. Today we're going to do the Cathedral. My goal is to finish the exterior, which is going to be a lot of work, I know, but it's also going to be very repetitive, so I'm probably going to cut a lot of it out to fit it in one episode. But anyways, here we have what we have so far. This is the base that we're starting with. I know the walls look really plain and everything's just, flat and boring, but we're going to fix that this episode. And by the way, I'm sorry that I didn't actually get me building this on footage because I built this before I started up my channel. So, yeah. Anyways, right here we're mapping out where the main supports are going to go. These are actually too small at the bottom. What the final design that I stuck with is 4x4 at the bottom, and it narrows down to a 2x4 as it rises up, but you'll see that in the end. And also what I plan to do is put windows in between each of the pillars, just because it keeps it less boring and it lets a lot of light into the cathedral, because it's a big building and there's not a lot of lighting you can put in. So here we're starting on the first window. This design will hold for the rest of the cathedral, and it'll be repeated around it, but it'll be a good design. So what I'm kind of planning for here is like an arched window like that. There's not much you can do to make it perfectly round because it's such a small space, but yeah. Anyways, to add more depth, I'm gonna bring the wall out one block here, and then build the second window right above it into the wall. So it's kind of hard to explain, but you'll see how it looks. Anyways, starting to build the second one here. I should really be doing it a layer out, but I'll fix that in a minute. Yep, right here. Alright, so now I'm gonna add iron bars as is the to keep it weather out and stuff like that, but later on I changed them to glass because I don't think iron bars would be very effective, and it doesn't look as good either. So alright, so now I'm just gonna work on the design around it, add some glowstone, and I wanted to make like an archway above the first window, so it's not just like, it just changes to come out all at once. Alright, so slowed it down here so you can get a better view of how it's looking so far. And I'm adding stairs. I actually already made the pillars bigger. They're 4x4 now, but if I build it up, you'll see that it doesn't really look right. So see, they're kind of too fat, and they need to be skinnier so I can fit more design in the top. So I'm just gonna slim them down a little bit here, and yeah, you can see me do that now. It also makes it easier to add design into it. Although there's more space to work with when the pillars are bigger, it was easier for me to add design into it when they were only 4x2. So that's the width and length that they'll stay. So here I'm gonna try to start adding decoration to it, and the final design of these I think looks amazing. So here I'm just adding stairs to give it more depth, so it doesn't just look like a flat surface. And all the bottom of the supports are going to be the same, so I'm just going to skip over that when I record. Here I'm just trying to add more design, but I wasn't really happy with that. So alright, so here we are, just repeating the method, doing the same design. So same process here, and once we finish the base for the next one, we're gonna start adding more design into the supports themselves. Actually, here I changed the design for the pillars that are facing each other, but I ended up getting rid of that later because I don't know, I think it just looks better with more. But I'm just gonna add glowstone here for light, And now I'm gonna start adding decoration to the support beams. So here I'm just doing the same thing that I did on the supports, and now just gonna add a little more detail with iron bars, because I mean it does look kind of plain if it just has the upside down stairs and the regular stairs. I came into a bit of a dilemma when I was trying to decorate both sides, because the support was only too wide and there wasn't much I could do, because I didn't want it to be like see-through, completely transparent if I had the iron bars facing each other. But I didn't realize what I could do here, but I actually went back and I staggered them so I could have the stairs and the iron bars on both sides. But yeah, I'm pretty sure right now, yeah, I'm gonna start adding the just cap off the support beam with a little this part is gonna be open. I'm just trying to figure out a design on how to make it look better right now, and here I'm almost happy with it here. When I saw that, I realized that it should be more open, so I just moved the blocks up one and placed the stairs, and I repeated that on the other side. And now here, I'm just trying to figure out how to cap it off a little bit better. I want to do stairs all the way around so it can be like, I don't know, just so it can just have a thin middle. But you can't do that with 2x2. So I made a little outcropping here and just added the stairs on. And that's the final design for one whole pillar. Okay, so here we are. I repeated the pillar, the process of building it onto the next one, but I ran into a bit of an issue. Now, later on, I'm gonna connect the supports to the roof with another bracket type design. But here, there's no roof that it can connect to, so I just needed to figure out some way I could make it connect to the wall. So I added on a bit of support, and just gonna try to mimic that design, but not exactly. So it'll be similar, but yeah, just gonna add some upside down stairs there, and I was happy with this, so I left it. And I'm gonna repeat that on the other side as well, and the one next to it. Alright, so here is the whole side that's finished. Unfortunately, I didn't get to record the archways. I forgot to record that, but that was the finished side. Now here, I'm going to do those brackets that I was talking about that connect to the roof. I already did a few, just so I could, not waste time trying to experiment too long. But yeah, here I'm just kind of repeating it, and you can see how I built it. Alright, so now I ran into a bit of an issue here. Now, these two pillars are so close to each other that the brackets would interfere with each other if I just built them out. So I had to think of some way that I could make them connect without looking bad. So I kind of just built them out until they came across each other, and then just messed around with it a bit until I thought that it looked good. So just it's a lot of the building process is trial and error. So like if you have to keep trying it until it looks good, and that's why it takes so long when you're adding design. Like just building something without adding design to it, it's not really, I mean, you have an idea in your head and you kind of execute it, but when you want to add like little designs like what I'm doing now, that's the process that takes the longest, because if you're picky like me, then you have to get every little detail right. So, but I mean, I think that's a good quality though in this game, because I mean, it looks a lot better. So yeah, there's the final like cross bracket, and yeah. Alright, so I built a couple windows in here, but I wasn't really happy with them. I wanted them to dig more into the roof. So I just dug into the roof, and I wanted it to outcrop a little bit. So here we have that. Alright, so just making the windows a little bigger as well. And again, it's going to be a lot of trial and error here, so just to make it look the best that it can. So just gonna make it so it looks like the roof is coming out. And yeah, that I repeated that design on the rest of the windows. So okay, so here we are. I finished most of that side, and I repeated the process with the windows and just added a bit of decoration. And the only thing I have left to do on this side is the area around the cemetery. But you can see the little design that I put in between the windows. Alright, and now this is, I didn't want to show me doing the cemetery, but so I kind of just did a cool effect here. And all I have left to do now is the back of the back wall of the cathedral. So I'm actually going to run through the building of one, because you haven't really seen me completely build one of these pillars yet. So I'm just going to run through that. So adding stairs here, put down the glowstone, and you know, just adding that same design that you saw before into the base. Okay, so now here we're just building up the back half of it until, and we're doing building it up until the place where the support starts, the top of the support. Now here, luckily, the cap of the support actually connected perfectly to the top of the roof, so I didn't have to build really any extra pieces like on the one earlier. Alright, now all I have to do is add the iron bars, because I already have all the stairs in place. So yeah, that's pretty much how you build one of those pillars. And I'm just going to copy the design, and here I have the rough outline of an archway just to you know, just to add a little more depth to the building. And just going to put iron bars in here, and then I'll show you a finished half of it. Now I'm going to skip through the rest. I'm not going to add any footage of me building the second half, because it is literally exactly the same as the first one. So yeah, so here is a final view of the finished exterior of the cathedral. I added a ton of detail, and it took me a couple days to do this. So yeah, there you can see the back there, and I finished both cemeteries, and I think it looks great. I spent so much time on this. So I'll give you a quick look at the windows finished here. And now I'm gonna go inside. This is gonna be our next project. Next episode, I plan on hopefully finishing the interior, but if it takes too much time, then I guess not. And when I backed up here, I realized that the moon was perfectly in between the towers, so I thought that was really cool. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I know this video was a bit longer, but I was trying something new. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, please click the like button. And if you want to see more in the series, give me some feedback, and let me know in the comments what you want to see. Give me some ideas for the interior. And yeah, guys, thanks for sticking with me this long. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.